That's you.
We've got everything we need. I don't think that there's ever a day, honestly, where they're going, oh my God, I wish I would have gotten this, or I wish I would have gotten that. But I mean, that's just me. It's like, it's never enough. But that's why it is important sort of to go in with, knowing pretty much, I mean, anyone that knows me knows that 85, like I live on that lens, on the 85-1.2 now, stays on the great one, and we're actually shooting their wedding in February. This is an actual real engagement, like they really just got engaged, so I figured it would be a perfect concept to do their engagement photo, like engagement video.
And you can use your now newfound tools of reverse engineering light to determine, with the tools that you have, how could you then emulate that look and style? And that exercise that you're going to do is going to make you a better cinematographer and a better gaffer insanely quick.
Brandon Washington.
Appreciate it. This is actually my first time in New York, so I'm really excited. I love the city. Yes. It's actually. Oh, hey!
Hey! Oh my God!
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We
didn't know it was going to be.
I thought you guys got
No, we know each other from
thank you guys again so much for coming out and sticking around to the end of the day and kind of spending the last hour here. First of all, before I ever do any of these talks, I like to just start with just like a little bit of engagement, just so one, I can like get to know the crowd a little bit, but also
a lot of projects lined up back to back and they're long form or even just even short form. There's a lot. How do you keep up with your consistency with YouTube when it comes to maybe workflow tips or editing, or do you have a team, that type of thing?
Yeah, so today I have a team that helps me. However, I will say that one thing that I didn't realize about YouTube is that like all the big YouTubers that you see that you're like, man, how do they do it? It is a job, right? And they treat it like a job. And every time you look at a video, like I remember for me, like for the longest, like Casey Neistat was like my like goal. I was like, oh my gosh, his content is amazing, right? And I was like, but it just looks like he's a dude running around with a camera, so it can't be that hard. It is that hard. They are working way harder than you think they really are, and it's actually like, you try to make it look as accessible as you can on the content. You try to make it as easy for people to digest. But the honest truth is like, if you feel like, should I be working a little bit harder in order to actually get over the hump? The truth is that it does take that extra bit of hard work, but I guarantee you it's going to be absolutely worth it in the long run. And so if you start to feel like that, especially if you're comparing yourself, because that was the problem I had, I was like comparing myself to other people, just know that they are working harder than you probably think they are, and so don't feel bad. And if you can't match that today, that doesn't mean that you're not going to match it later, because everybody's trajectory is different, and so you can't judge against other people. I wouldn't even tell people to judge against me, because even going into YouTube, I already had the background of production. So editing for me was easier. So you can't judge it's not apples to apples every single time. So that's just the piece that has helped me out the most. And honestly, I forget it sometimes. And I have to remind myself the same thing. Like, that guy maybe has like 5 editors. I can't go against that, you know? So just don't judge yourself against others. Yeah.
Hey Brandon, long-time follower. Here's my question. If you had to restart your YouTube channel today, what would you do differently?
Oh, that's a great question. If I were to restart my channel today, the first thing is I probably would have just taken it more seriously earlier. I would have thought about thumbnails more. I would have thought about the content and really focused on making high quality videos. There is something about YouTube that most people don't tell you. Like, they'll tell you like, oh, care a lot about your thumbnails or care a lot about your retention. But if you make videos that people enjoy, something actually happens that's like 10 times better, is that they become fans of yours. And so then your thumbnails don't matter. They just saw that you uploaded a video and they come back. And they're gonna watch all the way through because they enjoyed the last video you made. So the secret hack to YouTube and really getting consistent viewership and to growing a lot faster is really just focusing on making your content as if it is a gift for the viewer. I don't make videos to try to hit a certain algorithm or any of those things. The way, at least my metric and what makes me happiest is to make the content and then say that whoever finds this video or the algorithm shows it to or whoever watches it, I just want them to enjoy it and walk away from the video with a little bit of value, and maybe their day's a bit happier or they got the understanding they needed about a piece of camera gear or whatever. And then that way if I make another video that they're interested in, they're more likely to want to come back. So I would just focus on those things instead of just trying to like pump out as many videos as I could or try to ride trends thinking that was going to be the way to success.
Hey, what's going on? So my name is Elray. I'm a Latin musician, and I post a lot of content with my phone. For years, I've been posting a lot of content with my phone, and as my brand, my music is growing, I'm looking to invest into my first camera, more gear. And how will you, like, do you have any tips and recommendations when it comes to like hiring people? Because now that I'm investing more into the gear and everything like that, going from iPhone to like more gear, like any tips on starting a team, like, and growing what you already do by yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically my advice when it comes to like growing a team is go slow. like grow slow. Work with someone on like a one-off basis, contract them out to do a project. Because I always say this even with my clients, like clients, they try to hit you with this all the time. They'll be like, hey, we want to hire you to do this video, and we're going to do like 3 videos. So if you give us a good deal, let's do 3 videos, and you know, and we'll be happy. And I've learned to just say like, let's just do one project and see if we like each other. You know what I mean? So I would say that if you're thinking about bringing on people to help you with your YouTube content, don't try to look for someone who's going to do something long term. Just find someone to do one project with. See if you like each other. Collaborate, see if your ideas gel well together. And if they do, you'll organically and naturally build that relationship. I would also say don't be afraid to work with people who you can just collaborate with, where you each can gain something out of value that's not always money spent. I've done videos with people, like, and I have, like, I'll bring out, like, my big camera sometimes, and I won't even charge them if the project is cool enough. But I'm getting something out of it, too, because I'm getting a chance to create content for myself. So don't be afraid to look for other creators who want to collaborate, but just make sure that what you're creating really is a collaboration, that you both can go into it with the idea of what you're going to get out of it, and you guys are comfortable with that. And that's totally fine to do. Have those conversations. Because honestly, I think as an artist, we are at our best when we collaborate with other artists, because some people have ideas that you would have never thought of. That's actually been like my journey. I started out sort of just doing filmmaking, and primarily in the realm of creating content for other companies. So my whole journey started off with, I wanted to start a video production company. I liked cameras, and I accidentally found out what is wrong with me. I go and I watch those videos, and they just sort of remind me of what I have accomplished. And so whether you want to journal or make a video of yourself, that is that if no one clicks on the video, they never see how dope your video is. So you should spend most of your time and effort on coming up with a title and a thumbnail that will engage somebody, spark curiosity, and make them want to click. Now, today, there are tons of tools out there. AI is helping out a lot with that, and so I will say, like, I'll take my title, I'll throw it through ChatGPT and be like, give me 20 variations of the same title and see what it gives me, and then I get mad when one of them's better than mine. But then I deal with it, and then I move forward. But I would say that your title and your thumbnail are more important than anything else. When it comes to like tags and keywords, this is from YouTube, and I believe them because they want our videos to be successful so they can run more ads on our videos, right? But they basically have said that your tags are only really important for about the first hour or 2. After that, YouTube has finished analyzing your video, and they know what it is. They create full transcriptions, so they know exactly what you're saying throughout the entire video, so they will generate their own tags for your video based off of what the video actually is.
Hi, it's nice meeting you. Thank you for your great presentation and all your great success. It was great, fantastic. My problem is focusing. I've been I created a YouTube channel for my former Etsy team. Do you have to have a channel that focuses on one particular thing? If you do several things, how would you tell people to separate them, or would you advise them to have more than one channel, which is a whole other can of worms?
Yeah. So I would personally recommend that, especially if the struggle is already on focus, to just focus on one channel. The way I start thinking about my channel is I really try to get into the shoes of the viewer, right? So let's say, for example, I'm showing up to your channel for your Etsy content, and then like one day I show up to your channel and it's about fitness. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try this. And then the next time I come back and you talk about cooking, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute, what's happening here? It's very much like watching a television show. If you went to watch your favorite show, but then it was just randomly something different, it'd be difficult for the viewer to build that trust to keep coming back to the same content. So I would recommend to do your best to try to stay within a single lane. However, there is a benefit to every so often trying something new. So even within my content, and this is actually something very interesting, I showed the Canva thumbnail up there. I had never made Canva content before, but I was like, Canva's really helpful, and like a lot of filmmakers maybe don't care about it, but it can help a lot of people. And so I tried a Canva video randomly, And it is now actually my most viewed video, and I'm actually happy to say that I have like 20% women who watch my content now, which was not a thing. And if you ask any of the guys in the filmmaking space, that's not a high number. Like everyone else is at like 5%. And what I love about that is by trying something new, it let me reach a bigger audience, a completely different audience. And now I've been able to show them even some of the filmmaking stuff. And I'm starting to see like some women commenting on my filmmaking content. And they're saying like, whoa, I didn't know you could do this. Or, oh, that camera looks so cool. And it's showing what we're doing to a wider audience. So I would say that the piece of advice would be, one, yes, to try to focus to a single, I say niche, but I don't like that term as much. So it'd be more of like a topic. So like stick to a single topic, especially when you're first starting out, because it just makes it easier for the audience to keep coming back and know what to expect when they're consuming your content. But then don't be afraid every like 10 videos. Like that's kind of like my rule of thumb right now. It's like every 10th video I'll try something new and just see what it does. But I want to make sure that when I try something new, that it can still benefit my core audience. So like when I try something new with like Canva, like we primarily talk about video production, but then when I try something new, we talk about social media, creating reels, TikTok, shorts, that still benefits the video production audience. So don't ever alienate your audience, because that allows it to make it easier